Hey, my joyful people, what's happening today? So I am coming to you a bit late, but that's just because I'm hanging with family and friends, just like most of you guys are. I hope you have had an amazing week and you are looking forward to a wonderful weekend. So I am here today. Hey, Valerie, how you doing, girlfriend? I'm going to wait a few more seconds to see if anybody's coming in. Let me know if you had a great week this week, if you've taken some time off, all that kind of good stuff. So I'm here today to show you or talk to you a little bit about a particular oil that is able to alleviate a whole lot of different symptoms or things that are going to go on in your body. So we are talking about Arnica oil. A lot of people have never heard of it, and some people have. It's something that you can buy at the health food store. Its ability to reduce pain and disease-causing inflammation is pretty amazing, right? So you can use it for bruises and aches and pains, sprains, arthritis. And we're going to talk a little bit in more detail about how Arnica oil can help you with those things. So understand that it is available in 100% essential oil, but you should never use Arnica oil without a carrier oil. And some people ask me like, Kim, what's a carrier oil? Well, a carrier oil is something like avocado oil or, olive oil, that kind of thing, grapeseed oil. So you always want it to be cut or just buying it that way. And we'll talk a little bit about the ways in which you'll want to buy it, but don't apply it without a carrier oil. It should never be used to broken or on broken skin or damaged skin or a rash type of skin, that type of thing. You don't ever want to diffuse it. A lot of people like to diffuse essential oil. So if you have 100%, hey, Michelle, it's good to see you. And Fran, it's good to see you. If you have a diffuser, do not diffuse 100% Arnica oil there because it is too potent for inhalation. So just know that it's not suggested to be taken internally unless you are really working with someone who is classically trained in homeopathy. Hey, Nancy, so good to see you. So, it's Arnica oil. All right, there you go. So Michelle, you haven't missed it. I will repeat it always, but that's the oil that we're talking about. And I'm about to go into some great uses for it. So, but remember, don't take it internally unless you really know, you've talked to someone about the type. And a lot of times they'll have pills that you can take, but my suggestion is to use Arnica oil topically. All right, topically only. Okay. So here we go. So for bruises, it is great for, when you have that skin, you bump into something, you might have a big whelp. I know that I have friends that have had kids that, get hit in the head with a baseball or something like that, and you actually use Arnica oil. It will actually take that inflammation down. There are other essential oils that will do the same thing, but it's one of those great ones for bruises and things like that. But not to broken skin. So if you have a bruise that actually has an abrasion or anything in it, please don't do that. It's great for aching muscles. Tanya said that for sure. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So people who deal with arthritis, right, or like osteoarthritis, things like that of the knees and of the hands especially, using Arnica oil twice a day can really help to alleviate some of those symptoms that you might be experiencing. So it's one of those things that you can use that instead of taking things like Aleve and Tylenol and stuff like that that can actually damage the liver and the kidneys over time and use. The next thing is carpal tunnel. All right. So I am actually someone who suffers with carpal tunnel in my right hand. I got it from too much texting. Isn't that horrible, y'all? So now that's why people always laugh at me because I'm always voice texting and sending messages like that. But your carpal tunnel that you might have, one of those things you want to do. I see Kim. Oh, you must be telling someone to watch this. All right, Michelle. So carpal tunnel helps those who don't want to undergo surgery. So really taking it and placing it. I'm holding my camera today, so it's hard for me to show you. But that area right there that kind of like sticks out that you see, there you go. That's a good picture of it right there. Is where you would want to put the oil, and it helps to reduce the inflammation of that carpal tunnel that has narrowed. I'll come to you actually maybe next week and talk about all the things that I've done to avoid surgery because they thought that I should have it. So just want to let you guys know that you don't have to go through surgery, and there are some things that you can do naturally to help that. It also alleviates sprains and strained muscles and other inflammation. So if you're working out and you want some recovery and your muscles are feeling really fatigued, Arnica oil is something that you can definitely use for those strains and sprains, things like that. It also encourages hair growth. So this is for males that are starting to have baldness, or even women that are starting to lose their hair, along with castor oil. We talked about that that in another episode of Share the Joy, but it actually encourages hair growth and regrowth of hair. So just using arnica oil in your hair is great. So one of the things you want to do when you're looking for arnica oil at health food stores or even online is look at the list of ingredients. I always tell you guys, count chemicals, not calories, not things like that. So looking for stuff that has a low number of ingredients is going to be best. So, and also make sure it doesn't have any fragrance added to it, because most of the time those fragrances are not natural fragrances. And if you're an essential oil girl like me and you really want to add a fragrance to it, use 100% therapeutic grade essential oil like Young Living, like I use, or something like that to add to it if you really don't like the smell of arnica oil. All right. But don't buy one that already has fragrance put in it. You can take that and make your own carrier oil, but just make sure that your arnica oil isn't, if you are going to add your essential oils to it, make sure it's in a glass bottle. So transfer it if it happens to come in plastic. Also watch out with arnica oil if you are allergic to ragweed or marigolds or daisies, anything in that family. It can actually be something that can cause an allergic reaction to you. So notice if you break out in a rash or have anything going on as far as that is concerned. The next one is don't use if you're pregnant or nursing. And if you do really want to use that, make sure you talk to your physician. Remember, all of these things that I ever tell you guys are always suggestions. You have to take responsibility for your health. Make sure that you are talking to the people and the powers that be in that way. But arnica oil is a great thing for you to just explore and figure out whether it's right for you. And never, like I said before, take it orally unless it is directed by a healthcare provider. So before I hop off and let you guys get back to your weekend, I always open it up to see if you guys have any questions whatsoever that you would like to throw in the comment section. Remember, I would love for you guys to share the joy. That means hit the share button and let people know about this. My mission is to just help people get healthier 1 week at a time and learn about things maybe that they didn't know about and how to break those things down. Can you use it on kids? Yes, you can, but you want to keep it away from children. So it's one of those things that you want to really put up in the medicine cabinet and make sure that they're not getting into. All right. So, but yes, you definitely, that's one of the ways in which we use it a lot of times if kids are having scrapes and bruises and things like, not scrapes, excuse me, but bruises and strained muscles and sprains and things like that. It really does help with the healing of that. So kids are a definite yes for it. Just make sure, Katie, to use the pure stuff. Real quick before I hop off. Hey, cousin, what's happening? Good to see you, David. So one of the things that I want to say, you're welcome, Katie, is to make sure that you take a look out for Share the Joy, the videos that come out weekly, but also know that the book, that oil, no, you can't get from me, Nancy. It'd be nice, right? But nope, not that one. But you can find it on Amazon. You can also find it at Garner's and places like that. So just make sure you look for those ingredients. But I'm starting a kind of like a weekly group called Share the Joy. You can join it, especially if you've bought the book. But it's a Facebook group called Share the Joy. Look for it and join me, because guess what? We're going to be walking through my book through the 52 weeks. So I'm really excited about that. If you really want to get in depth and do something fun, I'm doing something called Energy, which is like your energy with a G, INNERG, with a couple other girls that are up in Charlotte. So we're excited about that. So take a look at that. And then Gut Check 21 starts the 7th of January, and it is half off. So Nancy, I'll put who I recommend or what brand I recommend to you in the comment section, and I'll tag you. All right, babe? So just so you can see it and there's no confusion. So we have that going on. So I've got quite a few things going on. Share the Joy, the book. I have Gut Check 21 going on. I have Energy going on. And for anyone who's really last minute and wants to join Momentum, Not Motion, I've got that going on. So let me know if you have any questions about any of that. But without further ado, if there are more questions, I'm kind of giving you my PSA right now while I'm waiting to see if anybody has questions. But if you don't have questions, then I will hop off. But let me know. All right. Arnica oil is amazing. Remember to share the joy. I'm here for you guys always, and peace and blessings to you if I don't see any other questions popping up. All right. 1, 2, 3. Thanks for the hearts. Love you guys. Peace and blessing once again, and do all things with joy in your life. Bye-bye.